Does time fly by? Yes, it does. It really does. So we kind of already found out some news, what's been going on. Robert Saleh, obviously 49ers defensive coordinator, goes to the New York Jets as the head coach. This happened last night. Love the guy, love his attitude, love his passion, thinks he runs the defense. His top 10 defense is fantastic. Unfortunately, he's not an offensive-minded coach. I think the Eagles need that. Okay, so I'm a fan of a lot of these coaches, but which one is the right fit? Arthur Smith, ex-coordinator, offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, and we had a meeting with him yesterday, and report came out that the Eagles were very interested. And then all of a sudden, he goes and becomes the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm like, okay, well, that's done. So what are the Eagles waiting for? Could they be waiting for, Brian DeBall from Buffalo? Obviously, the Eagles can't do anything because Buffalo Bills are still in the playoffs. So could be waiting on something like this. Obviously, you have Kellen Moore that's in the background right now. I think they actually met today in Florida, one-on-one. Was not a virtual meeting with Kellen Moore at all. It was a video. It was a personal meeting, not a video call. So obviously Kellen Moore, I don't know how many offers are coming his way for head coaching jobs. Probably not much, but we'll see what happens with that. So we'll just have to see. So the teams that are really left is the Texans, the Chargers, and I think the Lions and us. I think the Lions are going to get a head coach. I think they already have somebody in mind, somebody that's not on this list. I think it's somebody I don't know. He's a position coach on an NFL team. I forgot his name, but it seems like the Lions are kind of already lined up with their vacancy of what's going to be filled there for the head coach for the Lions. The only teams really, Chargers, Texans, and Eagles need coaches right now. Now, what's really surprising, obviously it's not surprising because Eric Bieniemy is still in the playoffs. Obviously, probably no teams will be able to talk to him for a while. So Bieniemy is obviously somebody that the Eagles are probably interested in. I really don't know. They haven't requested any interviews after the playoffs. Or obviously with these, the only news I haven't heard was anything from the coaches that are in the playoffs right now that need to get interviewed. Okay. Guys like, Joe Brady's another guy that, I think is something you could take a chance on. Hasn't really proved himself really, but is still very young and, could probably take a couple years, I don't know. I don't know what to really do here. I really don't. And I'm definitely not going after Todd Bowles. Okay, that's definitely not. Defensive coordinator, surely. I don't think he's going to get hired as a head coach, period. Don't think it's going to happen. Defensive coordinator, definitely. Come on by to Philadelphia. I'll even welcome you through the door as the new defensive coordinator for the Eagles. That's definite. Okay. Now, obviously, guys, don't be surprised if the Eagles actually make Duce Staley the head coach of the Eagles. I mean, the guy's earned it. I'm really sick and tired of hearing about just negative Eagles fans constantly. Like, I like talking about stuff. Like, I could get negative about things, but at least, like, I have some optimism on certain guys that are still out there. And there's people complaining. People that I do like, people that I'm actually friends with. People, they know who they are, and I really don't care because I speak my mind. People just complain all day and get so picky. Like, who thinks that an offensive coordinator or one of these candidates is going to come in and he's going to just turn this team around this year? It's not going to happen, guys. Okay? It's not going to happen. This cap is going to get shredded. We should have more cap space. Depending on what's going on with Carson Wentz, I have no idea. Okay? But, guys, like, there's candidates out there right now that only, like, the Buffalo Bills, Brian DeBall, this was the only year this is the only year it's been good for him. His offense is fifth in the league, third in the league, whatever it is right now. I mean, the past two years ago, from 2018 to 2018 and 2019 for Brian DeBall were not good. I mean, yeah, he went from a last ranked offense to a top 25 offense to a top 5 offense in the league, but that took a couple years, guys. Like, I don't know what you guys expect for just a guy to walk into this mess and just like fix this roster. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, Duce Staley, at least Duce Staley, he knows the ownership, he knows the players want to play for him, so obviously you're getting a lot in return just by having the title on Duce Staley as the head coach. I think Duce Staley has a voice, and people don't want him as a head coach. Look, I'm like, Duce Staley would like, if this ends up happening, then it is what it is, and we'll just see if it works out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you want to get the guy that's already been out there, but Duce Staley should have had a chance. Maybe if Duce Staley had a chance in the past, maybe he would have been a good offensive coordinator right now. Maybe he would have been a head coach right now. Eric Bieniemy from Kansas City, he was a running back coach for a long time. He became an offensive coordinator for 3 years, and look what he's done. So, you got to give guys chances. Like, some guys just don't. You got to give them a chance. Every time a new candidate gets on a team, it's always, can they turn it? This team needs to get turned around. Okay, not only fixed, but it needs to turn around. Okay, and you can't blame somebody. Like, you need to see if it works. It's not just about, even if we got Arthur Smith or got Salah, like, it's not just about getting him, because this is what I don't understand. Like, teams like the Jets, they get Salah and everybody's like, oh my God, we're so excited. There's a lot of soft fans, okay? A lot of soft fans. Everybody's happy that they get a good, I understand it's a good head coach, but there's so much that goes into it. There's so much more that goes into it but a head coach. Like, it's just a head coach, okay? Like, if your team has more problems, like there's no tomorrow, it doesn't matter how good your cap is, doesn't matter what players you have. Like, you don't have no culture, you have no camaraderie, you don't have, there's a lot of things that go into an NFL season besides getting up a new head coach that's going to take it to the top, because that's not the only thing that's going to take it to the top. Okay, at the end of the day. But don't be surprised if Duce Staley gets hired, because you know what? At the end of the day, if the Eagles are tired of waiting, because honestly, this is getting crazy. It could be Kellen Moore. It could be Brian DeBall from the Bills. It could be Eric Bieniemy. But you have the Chargers and the Texans right now looking for head coaches as well. So what do you do here? You know what I mean? I don't know what their process. I knew Duce Staley met up with the team. I think today that he met up for an interview in Florida today. So I'm not really sure. But, it's pretty automatic that Duce Staley could have this head coaching job just because he's been one of our best assistants for such a long time, deserving. But because some of the Eagles fans out there, because he doesn't have experience at being a head coach or to call plays, you don't know what's going to happen. He could hire his own offensive coordinator, okay? He could hire his own he could call the plays himself. Who knows, guys? We have no idea what Duce Staley can actually do. And yeah, I know it's not a fan favorite because you don't have the guy just came in. Like, you want a Brian DeBall, or you want a guy like, Eric Bieniemy coming in here after, winning a Super Bowl, after getting into the playoffs like it was nothing, after what he did with these offenses. Yeah, I understand that. But, I think, the Eagles are doing their due diligence, and I think they have a candidate in mind. So, honestly, it's either going to be Kellen Moore, it's going to be Duce Staley, it's going to be Joe Brady, Eric Bieniemy, or Brian DeBall. That's pretty much where it is. But really, guys, at the end of the day, I think they'd go with Duce Staley over anybody. And here's the next thing that's really going to be baffling, is that since Harry Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie don't like people or coaches disagreeing with them, they might have an interview with a guy that doesn't want to, be a yes man or whatever it is. I don't think Duce Staley is that type of guy either, but, there's got to be a head coach out there or a coordinator that wants to become a head coach. These candidates that are out there right now that, come meet with the Eagles, and, what if a head coach doesn't want Carson Wentz as his quarterback? And the office is just going to make them have Carson as their quarterback. I mean, let the head coach do what he wants to do. You know what I mean? And if Carson Wentz doesn't fit the system and he can't be fixed, and just plain simple, if a coach comes in and just says, Carson's just not my guy, he's not my type of quarterback I want in my offense, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot to really press on with this, but at the end of the day, guys, Duce Staley might be the head coach, and you know what? The guy deserves it. And if it does happen, I'll be happy for him, and I'll be rooting for him. And you never know what could happen, guys. I could be making this video right now, and down the road, you never know what could happen. I'm not saying that the season's going to turn around. I'm not saying none of that. You guys make your assumptions, because you guys get soft about a lot of things, okay? Not everybody, but there are people that are freaking out nonstop about this, and it's just like, we passed on this guy, we passed on this coach, now we're going to be mad, and you're going to ruin your day because we didn't get the guy that you wanted. Well, guess what? Don't be surprised if Duce Staley is the head coach, and swallow the pill and just move on. And that's it. That's all I got to say. This video is already over 11 minutes, going on 12. So that's all I want to say about that. And I will see you guys later. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Shake squad up, fly, I'll fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.